Welcome to the Sound Creator Podcast, where I explore the fascinating world of sound design and sound effects. I'm your host, Cedric Black, and in each episode, I dive deep into the art of creating unique audio experiences. Join me as I share my personal journey in sound design, from crafting realistic sound effects to building captivating soundscapes. On this show, I will dive into this unique art of sound that brings movies, games, and media to life. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to another episode of the Sound Creator Podcast. And I'm grateful to bring you another show. I really appreciate you guys showing up to check me out again this week. And on this episode, I ventured out and I never really have a lot of time to go shopping or go to the store for anything. I do, sometimes I'll at least weekly, I'll venture out to the grocery stores, but just going out shopping. This time I said I wanted to try out a store. One of my friends informed me of a store that I could possibly find some things that I can utilize to create sounds very inexpensively, and he was so correct. I found so many things that cost $1, and I was excited about that. I'm sure I had to fight the crowds, but I was able to find some things that I could use to create sounds. I don't like spending money on things that I know that I'm probably only going to use once or twice and end up throwing away, because I don't have the space in my home or my studio to really compile a lot of things. I can't really just gain so much stuff. I can't really accumulate so much stuff that I'm not going to use a lot. So I try to keep it at minimum at best. I have a box of tubes that I do use, that I box up and pull out from time to time, but I try not to just accumulate stuff. So I was able to find some things that I have used already, but for this particular show, for this sound, I just picked something that I committed to. If you remember from previous episodes, that I'm committing to the simple formula, keeping things simple. So I found a simple plastic tube, and I've just created some sounds with using the simple formula. And if you remember, the commitment that I made to myself was to use something simple to create something complex or something big. And that's what I'm doing. I spent some time with this tube and just tried different variations of sounds, different microphone positions. And I like what I heard. I like what the outcome was. But for this episode, I simply just used this plastic tube, which is only about maybe 2 inches in diameter, 15 inches long, but it was flexible. This plastic, it was light, flexible, so it was easy for me to twist and turn. So I just strapped on a contact microphone on one of the ends, and I was able to just brush up and down slightly. And that's the sound that you'll hear. Of course, there's a Instagram video for it as well. So if you're interested in seeing the actual video of it, you check my Instagram page and it's there. It's the latest video. So brushing back and forth, and if you pay attention to the end of the sound, it sort of morphs into something else, and we'll get into that after I play the sound. But I just wanted to start out the show by giving you a visual of that actual object that I'm using, the plastic tube. And this way you can maybe think about it as you hear it, maybe visualize what I'm doing. And I'll play the sound, we'll come back like always, and we'll talk about especially the last 5 seconds probably of that sound. Really pay attention to that, and we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, so what do you think about that? Nothing extraordinary. You can probably tell without even watching the video what I'm doing, what it is, what the sound is. So it's not really so much of a mystery sound, but more of an enhanced sound from the plastic tube. So maybe I should just title it Plastic Tube Enhanced. But like I mentioned, toward the last few seconds of the sound, if you can hear it morphs into, it sort of sounds like some growling or an animal. If you think that's what it is, then you're absolutely correct, because that's exactly what it is. I have some special tools like all of us do, but I was able to create an automation track that takes the last few seconds and morphs it into some animal sounds that I have, and which I thought was really cool, because if you see the video, it lines up perfectly. Everything is perfect, and it's still the same sound of the plastic tube, but I just took the envelope. I was able to take the envelope, the sound envelope that I created, that sound creates, and copy it, line it up in parallel with the animal sound and morph it together, and that's what you get. And I thought that was really cool. I use this tool a lot, and it's really great. I like morphing sounds together. It gives you a whole new dimension of things in the way we even think about things. I'm gonna definitely incorporate more of these type of sounds into the podcast and bring those to you and share with you guys, because I know that sound design can be complex, but we can keep it simple, because we can make this complex as we need it to by doing more things. We can always utilize more tools, combine more sounds together. We can do so much. It's just, the thing that I like about sound design so much is that your creativity can be expanded. There's no limit to what we can do. As long as we have tools to use, and as long as we have a creative mind and patience, I could literally, with just that one object, just that one plastic tube, spend all day, if I wanted to, creating sounds from that, trying so many different things. Just an idea, just to give you an idea. If I could take a small marble, small enough that fits inside of the tube, and place it in the tube and just let it roll around and capture that sound. That's a whole another way of utilizing that one simple thing to create sound, because I don't just have to take both of the sides and just brush them together. I could take a towel or a brush and rub it across the tube, get a different sensation, to create a different sound. It's just an object that I used, and just to get I really want you guys to just think about the limitless possibilities of sound design, just with something as simple as a plastic tube that I'm using. I'm using it so many different ways. One day I might challenge myself to just only use one sound for maybe a week. See what I could do. I don't know if a week may be pushing. I know that I could probably do it, but I am going to challenge myself. That's going to be another challenge, to just use one sound and see how many different variations I could use. See how many different sounds that I can create from that sound. See what I can come up with. I wonder how long that list would be. I know that I wouldn't bring all of the sounds to the show, but I would probably bring some of them, maybe 10. I know that I could make 10 sounds, 10 variations from one simple object. We'll see. But that's it for this week. Thank you guys for showing up, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for listening. If you found value in what you've heard, I kindly ask you to spread the word about the Sound Creator Podcast. Share it with your friends, colleagues, and anyone who shares your fascination for the power of sound. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your preferred platform so you never miss an episode. You can also stay connected with me through my main website at cedricblack.com or at cedblack on Instagram. Thank you once again for being part of this incredible journey. I look forward to bringing you more captivating episodes in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and let the light be your